Yo, what's up guys? It's Network back with another video. Today we're talking about something that's about to change the game for a lot of people trying to build business credit and work their CPN files. If you're not moving on this now, you might miss out completely, and this video is for educational purposes only, so pay close attention and take notes. Right now, we're in a crucial window of opportunity. There are some major changes coming to how business credit and personal profiles are built, and if you don't lock in your strategy now, you could be stuck trying to build when it's way harder to get approvals. Let me break down what's changing and why it matters. New credit scoring models, FICO 10T and VantageScore 4.0. These new models are starting to look at more data than before: rent, utility payments, and other alternative data points. In the past, credit scoring was more focused on traditional lines of credit, things like credit cards, loans, and mortgages. But now these newer models are bringing in a much wider range of data to determine your creditworthiness. If your profile isn't set up correctly, these models might flag you as a high risk, which could mean denials on applications that used to be easy. For example, if you've been using utility payments as part of your credit building strategy, but those payments aren't consistent or well documented, it could actually hurt you instead of helping. And this means that people who used to get by with a few authorized user lines or basic trade lines might find themselves getting denied more often. The solution here is to make sure your profile has a solid foundation that includes more than just one or two types of data. You need a mix of trade lines, both primary and authorized user, as well as proof of payment history on utilities, rent, or other recurring expenses. Stricter SBA loan guidelines, SOP 5010-8. Another major shift is happening with SBA loans. If your LLC doesn't have established credit history or isn't structured right, your application will get flagged. No more skating by with loosely put together files. It has to be tight and verifiable. In practical terms, this means that if your business credit profile shows inconsistencies, like mismatched addresses or missing documents, it's likely to get automatically denied. One of the most overlooked aspects here is the business address. You can't just slap a residential address on your LLC anymore and expect approval. You need a registered business address, ideally a virtual office that's credible and consistent across all your documents. Medical debt being removed from credit reports. That might sound like good news, but here's the catch. Lenders are tightening up on everything else to compensate. This means authorized user lines and primary trade lines matter even more now. Let me explain why. Medical debt used to be a major factor in dragging down credit scores. Now that it's being removed, lenders are looking at other factors more critically. That includes your utilization rate, length of credit history, and payment consistency on non-medical accounts. So if you're building a CPN profile, don't rely on the absence of medical debt to give you a boost. You'll need to make sure the accounts you do have are reporting positively and consistently. CFPB collecting more small business lending data. The CFPB is stepping up their game by requiring lenders to report small business loan applications in greater detail. This makes it harder for shaky profiles to slip through. If your profile isn't on point, you're not getting approved. This means that when you're applying for a business line of credit or a small business loan, the lender has to report details about your creditworthiness, income, and the business itself. They're looking for consistency between your personal and business profiles. If your CPN file and your LLC are not aligned, like having different addresses or conflicting public records, it's a red flag. So make sure your CPN file and business profile are aligned from the start. So what does this mean for you? It means you can't just build a basic CPN and expect to get high limit approvals. You have to structure it correctly from the start. That's why we're combining CPN and business credit in one move. It's the smartest way to get ahead while the window is still open. Step 1, build your CPN file right. You need a clean structure, name, date of birth, address pulled from a solid source like Zillow, over $200,000 value, SSN sequence that's unused, email, and phone ready. Once that's set, you hit the Tri-Merge apps. Target Red Card, Barclays Uber Visa, Drive Time to wake the file up. This isn't about getting approved yet, it's about telling the bureaus your profile exists. Once that's done, go over to Credit Karma, set up that login, and see if it says, "We found your files." That's when you know you're ready to move. Step 2, layer on primary trade lines. This is crucial because when these new models roll out, authorized user lines alone won't be enough. You need a mix of primaries and AUs to look solid. Primaries like Tomo, Boost, and Kickoff are essential. They add real data to your file that shows consistent payments and responsible use. Having a mix of at least 2 primary accounts and 2 AU accounts creates a balanced profile. If you don't have this mix, lenders might assume your profile is artificially boosted and deny you. Step 3, set up your business credit. If you're running an LLC, make sure it's structured right from the jump. You need an EIN, articles of incorporation, and at least 3 primary business trade lines reporting to the major bureaus: Experian Business, Equifax Business, DNB. With a 750 plus CPN as your personal guarantor, your business credit application looks way stronger, and you're way more likely to get approved for big limits at places like Sam's Club, Home Depot, Verizon, and AT&T Business. Why this combo works? The reason this combo works so well is that it future-proofs your profile. When these changes hit, the people who didn't set up their profiles right are going to be scrambling to figure out what went wrong. If you're set up correctly from the start, you're positioned to leverage your CPN for personal approvals while simultaneously building business credit that unlocks $10,000 to $50,000 in funding across multiple sources. The window is open now, but it won't stay that way. You don't want to be the person trying to build when everyone else is locked out. Take this information, move on it, and build your structure correctly while you still can. If you have questions or need more game on how to set this up, hit us up on Discord, link in the description. Stay locked in and catch you on the next one. Network.